Alright, hello, welcome back to Stone Valley Sundays. I'm going to pick up pretty much straight off after where we left off last time. We've got Stuart in the chat. How you doing, Stuart? So, finished off the last stream, the live stream last week, where we just finished, or we're just about to finish liming this field. And that's done, and now need to add some fertilizer to it, boost the nitrogen level. So we're slurrying. Once we've finished this, we're going to skip time to day 5 of our season and see what needs to be done. Got Alfie in the chat as well. Hello, Alfie. While this guy is slurrying, I'm going to take a quick jump over to the farm over here. Never did figure out where I was going to store this. Maybe just here. Nope. Not a good idea. Let's find somewhere to store our sampler. It's going to be out of the way. How about just here? I know there's a bucket there, isn't there? I'll tell you what. Just there. Yeah, we'll leave that there. Right. See, we've still got food. That's good. Let's top up the water levels if they need it. Just a little bit. Sheep. There we go. So their cleanliness is down a little bit, but their food and water's fine. Okay. Let's quickly jump back. This awkward corner area. How doing, Rob? How have I been? I've been okay, Stu. Thanks for asking. Been playing the new Cayo Perico heist on GTA. There we go. Will I be doing other maps on Farm Sim 19? Not for a while. I'm just going to be running this one map every Sunday for a while. But beyond that, who knows? Maybe. Right, getting a nice change to our nitrogen levels here. I'm assuming that we're going to need to put some fertilizer down as well. Let's find our fertilizer spreader. This thing's filthy. We'll give it a quick clean. There we go. And I need fertilizer in here, don't I? Open her up. I'm running out of cash. Didn't want to have to go above $1 million in debt, but I kind of need to. That should hopefully be in. Now we've only got data on 2 of our fields, so we can't see exactly what state they're in for the ones that are already planted. But our canola field and our empty field for our soybean are fully sampled, and we do have data on those, so we should be able to see everything we need to on those 2 this year, and then next year we'll have to make sure we sample all the fields. But I want to see if I can put this down on top of manure. And the answer is a resounding yes, we can. There we go. And there you can see we are getting some change to our level. It's not showing properly for some reason. But that little green spurt I wonder. Maybe we need to have a crop in. Ah, there we go. That's what I was looking to see. Change in our nitrogen level. That's quite a significant change as well. Beautiful stuff. Right, let's go check back on this guy. How's he getting on? Not too bad. Oh, I've put 8,000 litres in this and... oh, nuts. I've bought fertilizer that we can't take from because we're buying in the... I didn't even think of that. Oh, that's a pain. Alright. Means we're going to have to be a bit more hands-on with the... Oh no, we can turn that off, can't we? There we go. Its slurry is separate, I forgot. There we go. That'll save us a little bit of extra cash. Why did we not get proper coverage here though? That's confusing. Got a little spurt of it just here, and you can see that the very thin line along the top of that field there, the top of that edge, and then we've got a little spurt there, but nothing here. That is odd. Why is that? Because this is all going in just as it's supposed to. That's very odd. So how is everyone else today? Had a good week? Been up to anything exciting? Do let me know. Copper D is finished. Okay. How you doing, Mr. Peach? Good to see you doing alright. Right, slow's done on that little stretch. Let's move across. There we are. Always tricky to try and get these things lined up when you're driving an articulated vehicle. Where are we? Done on that bit there as well. Alright, downward edge. And we can start filling in the rest of the field. So I decided to refund my copy of Cyberpunk. I sent off an application to Sony to get my game refunded. It's just too broken to play at the moment for me. I mean, everyone has their own personal level of tolerance, but the frame rates aren't great. There's a lot of stuff that keeps popping in very late or not at all. You know, weapons keep vanishing. I've had multiple blue screen crashes. The game's just not stable enough for me to try and play it, and I would rather, you know, leave the game alone for several months and then come back with a fresh copy in the future, and not potentially have my experience ruined by the glitchy, buggy mess that it is right now. Which is why I've decided to go ahead and get the refund. But I'm hopeful the game will get improved for those that are sticking with it, and also for those of us that are going to go back to it in the future. It's amazing how much damage a bad launch can do to a developer's reputation. Their stock price fell by 1/3. That's a huge amount. Knocked $1 billion off their company valuation. Which is kind of insane. Now again, look at this, look. Really patchy all the way down here. Why is that? That's really weird. How you doing, Shane? Good to see you. Yeah, look, for some reason there are certain parts of the field here, look, as you can see, that just don't want to have that application of fertilizer. But this line is going up perfectly all the way up. That's very strange. I wonder if that's a bug, or if... I can't think that that's intended for it to do that. How you doing, Wellman? Bought a PC in the summer for Flight Sim. Luckily Cyberpunk plays really well on it. I take it you've got a pretty decent rig then if you're playing Flight Sim and Cyberpunk. And again, this goes back to why I decided to get a refund. By all accounts, it's a good game, but I don't want my my opinion of the game to be tarnished by having to suffer through a horrible buggy mess to get to the end of it. You know, I'd much rather just wait and come back when it's stable and runs well, and play the game as it's intended, and get the proper enjoyment out of it, not having to struggle through it. I'll keep my save file and I'll pick up from where I left off. But, or I might start again, I don't know. I'm not too far into it, so I might just start again. £1,500, yeah, you should have a decent rig for that kind of money. So what else do you play on your rig? I mean, what other games have you got that you like to play? I'm guessing things like Euro Truck and American Truck Sim are going to be on there somewhere. I would love to have a gaming PC for a few games, not too many. City Skylines would be one. The truck sims would be others. Maybe this as well, so I could run things like GPS mod and courseplay and stuff like that. But there's not that many games that I would want to play on a PC that I couldn't play on. If I could play them on a console, I'd probably play them on the console. Subnautica runs well on PC. Yeah, it's been patched again recently on PlayStation. I don't know how much of an improvement it is compared to where it was when I played it, which is over a year ago now. It's got to be pushing 2 years, I think, since I played that. Can't be that long already, surely. Let me take a look at my trophy list and see when was the last time I played that. Let's see. Oops. Nope. Profile. Trophies. It's going to be down the list because I haven't played it for a long time. Subnautica, here we go. That's way down the list. When did I get my platinum? Oh wow, January 2019. That's nearly 2 years ago. Can't believe it's been that long. But I know the game's had a few patches since then. There was the last but one patch created a save file problem on PlayStation 4. But that's been fixed with the most recent patch, and I know they've been working on optimizing to make it run smoother and not have those really bad laggy frame rates and walls not spawning in, things like that. So at some point before the DLC drops, I'm going to play the game again, and I'm hoping it's going to be a vastly improved experience. But I still loved it though. Did I have to Google how to get underground stuff in the sub? Or did I just figure it out? How do you mean underground stuff in the sub? I'll get to underground stuff in the sub. No, I figured it out. I tried to avoid as much information about the game as I possibly could. I didn't watch any Let's Plays or anything like that before it came out. I got a bit of info and a feel for what the game was going to be like from news articles and stuff, and then I decided I'm interested in this, and I want to go into it completely blind. I don't want to have any knowledge of what to do, so I didn't watch any Let's Plays. I committed myself to getting a copy and just playing it for through fresh eyes, having never seen it before, and that's what I did, and tried to avoid going on Google looking for answers to stuff that I couldn't figure out. I think there was one thing that I Googled, but I can't remember what it was. But generally I just tried to figure everything out as I went along. For the most part, I think I did a pretty reasonable job. It was a hell of a lot of fun to play. Absolutely loved that game. See if we can just slurry these little bits on the edge here. only a little overlap. Okay. That should do it. Yeah, there we go, that'll be enough. Still need to play Death Stranding. Yeah, it's a game I'm interested in. Depending on how long it takes to get my, how long it takes to get my refund from Sony, I might pick a copy up with my refund money, because it's on sale at the moment. It's only 16 quid. But I've just picked up a couple of new games that are on sale at the moment. I bought three games for a tenner in total. I bought Mirror's Edge Catalyst because I really enjoyed the original Mirror's Edge on PS3, and that cost me like £3 something. I bought Thief because it was like £1.70, and you know, I saw a little bit of footage of it when it came out, and I thought, you know what, why not? For £1.70, I can't really say no. So I bought Thief, and what was the third one? Oh yeah, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, because I really enjoyed Human Revolution again on the PS3. So I figured, why not? So I've just picked up 3 games, and I had to actually delete something off my external hard drive because I ran out of space. I couldn't install Deus Ex, so I had to delete my copy of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I've platinumed it, so I'm probably never going to play it again. So I took that off, and that freed up the space I needed. But because I've just dropped, you know, the money on that, plus I also picked up the season pass for South Park Season 24, you know, I can't really spend any more money on games until I get my money back from Sony for Cyberpunk. So just hopefully I'll get it before the sale ends, and I can then pick up my copy of Death Stranding. It's definitely something that I've been curious about. It's one of those games that seems to have a sort of a mixed reaction. Some people love it, some people hate it. You know, some people think it's really good fun, a lot of people think it's boring. It's one of those ones that kind of go in between, I think. How you doing, Eugene? Deus Ex is awesome. Playing Cyberpunk reminds me of that. Yeah, the developers at CD Projekt Red, they are huge fans of Mankind, of the Deus Ex games. I think they're definitely sort of you can see that influence in Cyberpunk. How you doing, Architect? Good to see you. It's not going to fill all the way, is it? Okay, we'll have to do another pass along the bottom edge. Did I watch the Pandemic special? Yes, I did. I say when I picked up those games, I also picked up the season pass for Season 24. The only one that's available at the moment is the Pandemic special, but I absolutely loved it. The thing that had me rolling, laughing out loud the loudest was when they took Jimbo's mask off and he had a Randy mustache. That made me absolutely burst out laughing. That was, I think, one of the funniest moments in the entire show for me. That reveal of the mustache. Death Stranding kind of reminds me of Mudrunner. Some people think it's boring, some people find it fantastic. Yeah, as like what I was saying, from some of the the things I've seen online about it, some people absolutely love it, some people hate it. It's one of those Marmite kind of games. Am I returning 2077? Yes, I am. I've requested a refund. It's too broken and buggy for me to enjoy it as it was intended, and I would much rather return it, get my money back, and then come back to the game in 6 months' time when it's working as intended, rather than have it sully my opinion of the game by trying to play it now. Because the bit of it that I have played I've enjoyed, but I've also been frustrated by how buggy it is, how poorly optimized it is, and how many crashes there are as well. I've had too many blue screen crashes, and it's just every time that happens, it just takes that little bit of enjoyment away from me, and I don't want to lose my love for of the game over the poor performance. I'd rather play it as it's intended. So I've requested the refund, and we'll see how long it takes for that to go through. But I am looking at Death Stranding as a replacement for it in the shorter term. Plus, I've got not Theme Hospital, 2 Point Hospital to play as well. So I'll be looking to stream some of that next week. How you doing, Corey? Wellman says he found Mudrunner really stressful. Corduroy found it really relaxing. Yeah, I really enjoyed Mudrunner. I loved that game. There were a couple of moments that were a bit, frustrating. The final map, Deluge, was a bit on hardcore was a bit tricky, but for the most part, I really, really loved playing Mudrunner. So much so that I've platinumed it twice now, one on each of my accounts, one on my old account and again on my new account. Is SnowRunner any good? I've played some of SnowRunner, but not much. I need to go back to that at some point. Mr. Watter's here. How you doing, Mr. Watter? How's our fertilising looking? Pretty good. Still don't understand these strips here that haven't gone through. That's odd. Very odd. But this field is certainly looking a lot healthier. When we get some seed in that, we'll let the seed grow, and then we'll probably end up doing another application of fertilizer to finish it off. See, let me see, was it? There we go. Right, nitrogen value. Does this vary depending on soil type? Yes, the optimum level does vary depending on soil type. Okay. Doesn't say what those values are though. I mean, this here you can see the target values. It actually tells you what they are, but it doesn't on this. But then again, we haven't got a crop in here yet, so that probably accounts for some of that. am I looking at? Oh, Corduroy, saying it's talking about what? SnowRunner, I think, on Epic. Oh, that's something I meant to say actually. Those of you that do have a PC, get an Epic Games account if you don't have one already. They are giving away a free game every day. I think we're on day 4 now, or maybe day 5. It was City Skylines was given away a few days ago, followed up by something else. I can't remember what it was. My housemate picked them both up because he's a PC gamer. But yeah, Epic are giving away a game a day for the next, I think it's 10 days to go, maybe less. So if you haven't got an Epic account, now's the time to get one. It changes every day at 4 PM, I think. 4 PM UK time. So 11 AM Eastern time. Oh, we've run out of fertilizer. Well, let's turn the refill back on. If we burnt it. Oh, of course it's variable rate, isn't it? That's why we burnt through it so quickly. And oh yes, I remember, because we haven't got anything in the tank, that's why it's not giving us any information showing up on that. It shouldn't affect this though, it's still applying. Yeah, it's just not showing how much stuff's going on. So we'll swing by our little farm and pick up some more fertilizer in a moment. Just finish this pass. Still got to get round to trying this precision farming DLC. Yeah, me too. I've had a quick look at the map, but not played on it. I don't think it's a map that I'll get a lot of enjoyment out of long term. I've not tried any of the equipment apart from the baler. That's the only thing I've tried so far. Where's the tank? There it is. Let's push this out of the way. There we go. Actually, is that fertilizer? It is. Ah, damn it. Could have grabbed that. Never mind. Well, let's do that. Let's see if we can grab it. If we get the lime, we can just dump the lime out somewhere else again. That's lime, isn't it? Yeah, we grabbed the lime. Okay. Let's dump the lime just here. There we go. There we go. It's a couple of 100 litres. Enough for us to at least see something on the readouts. Oh, right, got you. Sorry, yeah, precision farming. Yeah, I was thinking of mountain farming. It's getting the DLC mixed up with the with this. Did Stone Valley get an update for precision farming? No, not a specific update. No. Why didn't anything get applied here? There we go. Still really odd as to why that hasn't filled in along here. And it won't let me apply anything else, so we'll definitely have to come back at some point by the look of it. Where do we get to? Ah, over there. There we go. Yeah, I was looking at getting to help support CD Projekt Red's, you know, despite the fact that I was getting a refund on the game, I was looking at getting one of their t-shirts. They're really nice. They're not cheap, but they're nice. But the shipping costs are horrendous because they're coming from Europe. So when the shipping cost for a t-shirt is double digits, that's too high for me. I've been buying t-shirts from a company called QWERTY. Those of you that have Facebook may well have seen them, at least UK Facebook users will have seen QWERTY popping up, no doubt. And some of their t-shirts are really good. I've actually got a pretty cool Johnny Samurai one with "We have a city to burn" written underneath it as well, which is really nice. Obviously it's a custom made one. They get artists to create their own t-shirts, and then people who have an account with QWERTY can vote for the designs they like the most, and the ones that get the most votes get made in a limited run. So I've got quite a few sort of unique, well, say unique short run t-shirts that are various different things, which are pretty cool. But I was looking at getting an official something. But yeah, the t-shirts there, they're like 13 quid full price, but they do sales on a regular basis, and shipping starts at £2.50 for a single t-shirt. So even at full price with a single t-shirt and shipping, it's like £15 something, just over 15 quid to get a t-shirt from them, which is a decent quality shirt, lasts a good amount of time, and is comfortable to wear. And then a CD Projekt Red shirt is like 20 something quid, and then you factor in another 11-12 quid for shipping as well. I don't want to pay over £30 for a t-shirt. That's just too much. Cyberpunk had another update yesterday. Yeah, the 1.05 hotfix. It's been installed on my system, but I'm not going to play the game until it's properly fixed now. As I say, I have requested a refund from Sony. And the fact that they pulled it from the store was, unprecedented. I don't think they've ever done that with a game of that caliber. I can't think of any AAA games they've pulled because they've been broken. I mean, did they do that with Unity? I don't remember. I don't remember that disappearing off the store. I'm wondering whose decision it was. CD Projekt Red said after discussions with Sony they've agreed to have the game removed until it's fixed. I kind of think Sony, knowing what Sony's refund policy is like and how hard it is, they're like getting a refund from Sony is like getting blood out of a stone normally. I wouldn't be at all surprised if CD is saying, speak to Sony and get a refund from them, annoyed Sony so much that they said, well, fine, we'll give refunds, but we're pulling the game. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that was a retaliatory move to CD Projekt Red, just saying that Sony would give out refunds before even speaking to Sony about it. How you doing, Ruben and Jeff? Good to see you both. This is Stone Valley. The hotfix punch list for 77 was extremely long. Yeah, I have absolutely no doubt that that CD will patch the game properly, but it's going to take time. And if I still have the thing, on my hard drive, I'll probably never go back to it, or not for a long, long time. I'd rather wait till it's fixed, get the hype, and then pick up a new copy, because it'll build that level of anticipation for playing the game again for me. Whereas if I've still got it, I'll just go, I'll get round to it at some point, and then won't play it for ages. I do fully intend to go back to it when it is working properly. In fact, I wonder what the file size is up to now. Let me cut back to my my home screen for a moment. The screen's going to go blue. Let's have a look. It was 102 gig before the game launched. It's 101.9 now. It's gone down a touch. How much more slurry needs? Not too much. We can start fertilising this field as well. Once that's done, we'll be ready to skip on and start the next day and start planting this field with soybean, assuming the temperature goes up another couple of degrees. So by the look of it, this field is now at target level. This one is a way off. There we go. If I'm doing soybeans, I won't need to apply all that fertilizer. Well, I am doing soybeans, but it's done now. So this is canola. This is already planted. I thought we'd have to do multiple applications of fertilizer. I didn't realise you just do a single application. Well, I suppose technically we're doing two applications because we're doing the slurry and then we're doing the fertilizer over the top. So I've got a question for those of you that are watching at the moment, and it's along the lines of watching. I saw an article on my news feed the other day that said The Sopranos has become one of the most watched shows of 2020 because of lockdown. And I'm a member of that list because I actually bought several box sets earlier in the year to catch up on shows that I either haven't seen or haven't seen enough of, etc, etc. And Sopranos is one of those shows. When it first aired in the UK back in the day on Channel 4, I would see it every now and again, but I worked 6 days a week in a pub, so I was never in when it was on, and every time I did see it, it was always just a random episode, and I never knew what season I was on or where in the storyline it was, so I never really watched it. So I bought the Sopranos box set earlier this year, and it was a few months back, and sat and binge watched all 7 seasons of the Sopranos. I think it was 7 seasons, or was it 6? I think it was 6. Yeah, but I binge watched the entire show and absolutely loved it. Since then, I've also binge watched Dexter, all 8 seasons of Dexter, because I hadn't seen that in a few years, and all 7 seasons of Californication. I'm on season 6 of Lost, the final season at the moment. Just started season 6. And I'll be watching Heroes after that, and I've got some other sets to get through as well. What's everyone else been watching during lockdown? Oh, Game of Thrones as well. I bought the Game of Thrones box set because I'd never seen past season 4 before, so I sat and watched all 8 seasons of that. Shane says, wow, that was 20 years ago. Yeah, it's been a long time since The Sopranos was on TV. I watched The Wire as well. I'd never ever seen The Wire before. I bought the Wire box set and thoroughly loved that as well. I've actually picked up quite a few HBO box sets, because I've got Deadwood as well on my list of things to watch. Mr. Peach says, don't watch much TV, just bought Hunter Call of the Wild. Can't put it down, needed a break from Farming Sim and DayZ. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch any terrestrial TV really, apart from the Formula One highlights or the football highlights. That's about it. But I did have Netflix, but having bought all those box sets to watch, I decided to cancel my Netflix subscription. I didn't see the point in paying for that while I'm watching DVDs and Blu-rays. Like it says, thought it was best to fertilise following first growth stage when using precision. I don't know. I'm playing it by ear, so I may well be making a lot of mistakes in this first year, but it's a learning experience. It's a learning curve. I think next year we'll probably wait till they've at least sprouted before we actually do that. But this year I'm just kind of playing it by ear a bit, seeing what works, what doesn't work. 2 more passes and then that'll be done. Maybe a third if necessary. Anyone else been box set binging at all over lockdown? I can't be the only one, surely. Yeah, we'll get that in 2 passes. Apparently no one else has been binging. Fair enough. Expanse Season 5 dropped just recently. Yeah, I saw the first season of The Expanse when it was on Netflix, and then last year I picked up a 1 month trial of Amazon Prime and binge watched seasons 2, 3, and I can't remember if I watched 4 as well. I think 4 was just dropping, and I think I saw 4 as well. I honestly can't remember. I think you're running a little bit behind the architect. I might be wrong. I think you're a little bit delayed on the on the stream. How you doing, AMSD? My fave Jim Bob videos, epic sale vid from the conveyors and the marathon contract fieldwork. Yeah, they were fun. I did 2 marathon conveyor sales. I did one on Mustang Valley in 2 parts, where I tried to sell it off and then I broke the stream, so I came back and finished it off a second time. That was a monster sale, that one. And then there was another one I did on Lone Oak. I did a big marathon sale on Lone Oak as well, and that contract work was contract work was also on Mustang Valley. 7 hours it took me, or a little over 7 hours. Mr. Wasser says, I was told about The Expanse by my workmate the other day, thinking about watching it from season 1. Yeah, The Expanse is really good. I really enjoyed it. It was not what I was expecting at all. Having watched the first season, it changed quite a bit, but in a good way. Yeah, the first season was good, but it just got better with every season. Oh, stick drift. I have to switch pads, I think. I need to figure out where I'm going to store this as well. I haven't got any space for it, really. I could do with putting another shed in, but there isn't really anywhere to put another shed in. Hop through. You see the camera's panning slowly. So frustrating when you spend 40-50 quid on a joystick, on a DualShock controller, and it suffers from stick drift. Mr. Peach used to watch the X-Files years ago. I remember stumbling across the X-Files in 1990... what year would it have been? 96, 97? Their first season, when it was on BBC Two. The first one I ever watched was Ghost in the Machine, which I think was episode 6 or 7 in the series. Just switch pads here. There we go. Can everyone hear me okay? Where was I? Yeah, X-Files. That was when I first watched it, and I watched the first season, the first couple of seasons, and then I kind of stopped it, or stopped watching it because it moved to Sky, and I didn't have Sky, so I didn't have access. But I did eventually get hold of some episodes and watch them years later, and then about 3 years ago, I think it was, I bought the remastered Blu-ray box set of all 9 seasons. In fact, it's no more than 3 years ago now. I think it's about 4 or 5 years ago. I think I bought that. That's a cracking set, it really is. Seeing all the episodes in full widescreen as opposed to the original 4:3 letterboxing from when it was first aired. It's a great series, the original stuff. Didn't like the relaunch stuff from a few years ago though. That was bad. It was very bad. There's that watery sound effect again. Oh yeah, Mr. Peach says the same thing. Gave up when they used to move them onto Sky halfway through a series. It was the same with 24. When 24 came out, I watched the first season of 24 on BBC Two because Sky passed on it for season 1 when they saw how popular it was and the ratings that BBC Two were pulling in. They nabbed it from season 2 onwards. And so again, it took me years before I could see the rest of it. But I've got all the seasons on DVD, all 8 seasons, and the excuse me, the movie they did as well, sort of the TV special. I think it was about an hour and a half, 2 hours long. I'm trying to know what it was called now. It was between season 6 and 7. What was Redemption? I think maybe. Did the same with Lost. I saw when it was first broadcast. I watched, I think, the first 2.5 seasons. The first 2 seasons, and then partway into season 3, and then I stopped watching it. And I never ever finished it. That's why I bought it on box set, so I could actually watch the whole thing. As I say, I'm just starting season 6, and I'm about not even a quarter of the way through season 6 at the moment, which is the final season. I do know the big reveal at the end, unfortunately, but it'll be interesting to see how it actually plays out on camera. But yeah, I've been chugging away through that over the last few days, trying to kill a season every day or two, usually 2 days. And as I say, I'm gonna go on to Heroes after that. I've watched all of Heroes before, but I haven't seen it in years, so it'd be good to watch that again. How you doing, Corey? We are almost ready to skip to a new day. Just need 2 more passes on field 30, and then we're ready. down to 50 grand. Absolutely burning through our money at the moment. Mr. Peach says my Go box sets are Band of Brothers and the Pacific. Band of Brothers is one of the first Blu-ray sets. Well, it was the first Blu-ray box set I bought, and it was one of the first Blu-rays period that I bought. I haven't watched it in about 8 years, maybe more. I really enjoyed it when I did watch it, and I bought a copy of the Pacific earlier this year, which is on my list of things to watch. Same style, the metal presentation tin on Blu-ray, but I want to watch Band of Brothers first again before I watch Pacific. I know they don't follow on from each other. It's just in terms of storyline that just I want to watch them in the chronological order that they were released in. So I'll watch Band of Brothers again for the first time in a long time, and then I'll watch the Pacific after that. I've heard good things about the Pacific, but I've never seen it. A nice refreshing bit of drink there. Who would be interested in a Christmas Day stream? Would anyone watch if I streamed on Christmas Day, or would you prefer a Boxing Day stream instead? Both. I'm not going to do both. I need to think of what game to play. It's a Friday this year, isn't it? Christmas Day. I think it's Friday. What I'll do is I'll probably throw up a poll on my YouTube channel, community tab, with a couple of options for games, and see what you guys would rather see, and that's what we'll do for Christmas Day. Right. Time for us to skip forward. Let's go to time 120. Ah, Bluetooth's playing up on this one. I've got one pad where the Bluetooth plays up on, the other one where the Bluetooth's fine and it's got stick drift. Right. Nearly there. Oh, exactly the same for me, Mr. Peach. You know, I'm going to be just doing, you know, either watching something or gaming anyway. So I figured, why not do something with you guys as well? Right. 12 hours, no, 13 hours. There we go. No more space at the wall farm. Okay. How you doing, Adam? How is precision farming on PS4? Seems pretty good so far. Okay, we need to move this trailer because it's obviously blocking the spawn points. There's no way that it can only take 2 pallets. There we go. There's a random sheep that likes to walk through the back of the shed. There it is. The boundary of the shed doesn't quite work properly. So every now and again you just get a sheep walking into the back of the shed. Right, water. There we go, we'll top this up. Ready for next time. Ah, the water's free as well, that's good. Wasn't sure if we'd have to pay for it or not. Okay. Bail on a little nudge, there we go. Right, our cleanliness rating has dropped down, but I didn't see any mess to actually clear up. Oh, it's here. It's inside, look. Oh, I couldn't see it. Right, let's break out the skid steer. Oh, I was trying so hard to avoid sneezing. Couldn't hold it any longer. Oh dear. Yeah, quick is, can this go in? Stop me from actually tipping in. No. It will go in. Oh dear. Right, I'll leave this out just in case that hasn't worked. And what's the ground temperature? 15 degrees. We are ready to start planting. Do I have any seed left in here? I can't remember. Yes, I've got some. Change that. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. There we go. Ooh. Careless. Fill her up. What's my fave map on Farming Sim? If you have one, not really stuck with one on 19 like I did with West Coast on 17. There's quite a few maps I haven't really spent much time on 19. I've struggled to stay engaged with 19. This and Marwell Manor are my two favourites at the moment. I really spent a lot of time on any other map. Oh, this pad's not working properly. I'm going to have to turn it off. Right, fingers crossed that'll fix it. I'm a little concerned that we're not really seeing any growth on this field at the moment. It's still barely sprouting. How you doing, Olivia? Stone Valley was Mr. Watter's favourite when it was first released. It's a good map. I'm liking this map. And I've struck in maps for 19 bit. None. Man United have beat one at Old. Really? I haven't checked the scores today. I saw we won 7-0 yesterday against Crystal Palace. That was glorious. So many quality goals scored as well. They weren't just tap-ins. There were a lot of them were really. Oh, 4-1 it says here, unless they've literally just scored. Oh yeah, 5-1. Wow. High-scoring weekend. Leicester beat Tottenham 2-0. Wow. Did not expect that. That puts us 4 points clear. Very nice. Oh, stretch my legs a little bit. Ah, there we go. Getting old. Not as limber as I used to be. We've got some growth coming in on our canola field already. That's good to see. Let's take a look at what our precision farming tab looks like now that we've moved on a day. I still don't understand why it didn't do anything on that strip there, look. Or this little bit down here. Very weird. There we go. 6-1. Wait, what? What the hell is going on? 6-1. Oh, Christ, it is as well. Let's see. McTominay scored on the 2nd minute and then the 3rd minute. That's crazy. Then Bruno Fernandes scored the 20th minute, Lindelof 37th minute, James 66th, Bruno 70 with a penalty. That could end up being a crazy cricket score by the end of the match. I mean, it's already pretty high already, but there's still 20 minutes to play. It sounds like Leeds have completely fallen apart.